for Colombia.
First impressions are everything. So when your eyes land on the Bossaball courts for the first time, it's hard to look away.
And boom, you connect your feet with the rhythm.
A combination of football, gymnastics and volleyball, Bossaball is one of the most unique events on the sporting landscape.
The main inspiration was in Brazil when I was there in '95, when I was a music manager with one of my bands. And I went into Brazilian music a lot. I think they're the greatest musicians of the world. I was always watching soccer games when I was younger, live soccer games, so the whole atmosphere of singing. Then I saw the race of beach volleyball, and I remember that a trampoline was the only thing I liked on gymnastic classes. So one day I just combined everything, and I also combined it with music, which is my other passion. So it's the three sports and the music, and it's total of a lot of body movements and techniques.
13-7, 13-7, Dutch team is in the lead now.
So how does it actually work? Each Bossaball team is made up of 4 players, with 3 on the outer court and 1 designated gymnast on the court's built-in trampoline. You're allowed 5 touches to get the ball over the net. They can be your standard volleyball touches, done with your hands and arms, or you can use the so-called soccer touch, where you can control it twice with any part of the body. You score a point by getting the ball to land on your opponent's playing area, and 3 points if you score directly into your opponent's trampoline. But as an incentive for the spectacular, more points are awarded for scoring with the soccer touch. And while there may be no bonus points on offer here, the serve is one of the most crucial elements of the sport, especially for the fans.
My first time was I went on a Bossaball court, and I said, okay, I need to try one serve, and I made a backflip with the ball, and I made it. Philip saw it, and step by step we became like, we went into the Bossaball family, and that's how we started.
While the athletes naturally take center stage, there is one unmistakable element that stands out: the music.
Bossa means also good attitude, good vibes, and I wanted to have in the name that combination of bossa, bossa nova, the music style and ball.
The music just gives you more and more energy, and we are just trying to also to collaborate with our musicians. It's just it has to be together, otherwise it's not Bossaball.
All of this combines to create one of the most dynamic sports environments on offer. And it also explains why Bossaball, even in its relative infancy, is growing fast.
It has been a roller coasting for me. We had literally 10,000 petitions all over the world pretty soon, because we were just, when the internet became to go and YouTube, we were just on that right moment there. We were invited by the FIVB last year on Copacabana during the Olympics, and we generated around 200 million views on different Facebook platforms.
Unlike many emerging sports, being recognized by the International Olympic Committee is not the end goal for Philippe.
We want to be dynamic, go to music festivals, sports happenings, birthday parties, go to the army. You know, we just want to be I think we're a real 21st century sport who have to adapt to the new things that happen.
But it's not just fun and games. Bossaball is also having a huge social impact in countries like Colombia.
Un, dos, tres, Colombia, Colombia, Colombia!
A 14-year-old in Belgium plays because he wants to have fun. A 14-year-old in Colombia plays because he's studying, and Bossaball is a tool that is helping him not get involved with drugs, don't get involved with violence. We, unfortunately, in Colombia are one of the biggest producers of cocaine in the world. We have proven already in 2 years of effort, we are only 2 years in the business in Colombia, and we have gotten over 1,000 kids that were in violence. We have gotten them away from violence.
For me, that was one of the biggest achievements, that my sport was used to lower juvenile crime, tension in neighborhoods. So I think if we can go more into that kind of projects, fantastic for me.
We live in a third world country, and if we want to see the country succeed, and we want to see a country that is fully developed, like the United States, like Canada, like European countries, like Turkey, countries that are in full development, you need to invest in young kids. You need to invest in the youth. The youth is the future of our nation.
And it's not just in Colombia where Bossaball has had a positive influence off the courts.
I had a Brazilian player from the favelas, and when I was in Brazil, I was invited by his family in the favela, and we came in the house, and the mother was cooking chicken for me, and he showed me with a finger on a new marble floor, and he said to me, "Bossaball," and I was like completely overwhelmed. The fact that one of my players from the favela was able to make a new floor in his house.
For a brand new sport trying to get a foothold in the mainstream, the burning question is what or where next?
To create something from scratch in new markets, you need experience, you need contacts, you need investments. And that's why we say as a company no to 99.9% of the people who approach us, because you really need marketing skills, you need budget, you need skilled people to be able to put a new product in the market. And then you have to start to fight against the existing sports. We just have to see, we go in between sports, entertainment, music, and we'll see where we end up. I learned that from the music business. When you bring out a song, you always think it's going to be a hit, and that's not always the case. So we just have to hook up with serious, I just had a conversation again today with FIVB. So they say they want to do something with us towards Tokyo 2020. So if we can go along with a good, important sport federation, a good thing. It might be education in Colombia and more sport related in India. You know, we'll see. We just have to work and say no to a lot of things and try to go with a couple of big structures. Can be the army, can be sports federation, can be a music festival, and see where we end up.
While a Bossaball player won't be standing on an Olympic podium anytime soon, you will very likely see these guys in Tokyo in some shape or form. And regardless of how the games pan out, you can be sure that these guys will put on one hell of a show.